모자가 떨어지면 안 되는데. 안녕하세요. 네, 모자 안 떨어졌죠? 좋아요. Welcome. Welcome back to another session of a Korean live class with me, Hyunwoo. I'm actually looking at various windows on my computer screen to check that I have everything prepared for an awesome session with you. 안녕하세요. 네, 지금 처음부터 들어와 계신 분들 인사를 할게요. 먼저 AJ, SNEHA, 스네하, 그 다음에 나 팬이에요. 나 팬이에요 이 뜻인가요? Does it mean 나 팬이에요? And 사쿤탈라, 그리고 이라희, 진아, 베이비 로야. Many people were waiting before the live even began. And why am I wearing this little hat? It is little, right? Especially on my big head. I'm going to talk about it. 네, 제가 지금 이 모자를 쓰고 있어요. 모자, hat. 끈, 모자에 끈이 달려 있는데 이걸 왜 쓰고 있는지 이따가 말씀드릴게요. I will tell you why I'm wearing this seemingly little hat with these two straps. 네, 아무튼 와주셔서 감사하고요. As you can see right here and also in the thumbnail and the title of this video live stream, we just launched our YouTube membership. So you can already learn Korean with Talking Korean's wonderful books. It's funny I say wonderful about our own books, but 저희 책 좋잖아요. 그래서 저희 책으로도 한국어 공부하고 계시고 저희 온라인 코스, 강의, courses or 강의, 강의 or 강좌라고 말할 수 있는데 저희 강좌로도 공부하고 계시지만 you're studying with our other materials, but you can also learn even more with our YouTube live streams, live classes that we will offer in higher frequencies than before through our membership. 그래서 멤버들만 볼 수 있는 라이브 수업을 더 자주 할 거예요. 그리고 이게 우리 배지하고 관련이 있어요. 먼저, where are you tuning in from? 어느 나라에서 보고 계신가요? Alright, you are already answering my question. 볼게요. Hello from south of France. 그리고, alright. As usual, whenever I do my own live sessions, I like to, feature some really important comments. I'm going to switch over to the whiteboard mode right here. So earlier, even before the live session started, Lori Marie joined our Talk to Me in Korean YouTube membership. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And earned this little green, I guess, box. So whenever you join a membership and you are actually actively participating in public live chats, your comment will be highlighted like this. So we saw that right away. And right there, the badge is exactly the same as, or the badge is wearing the same hat as I am. Let me tell you all about the hats that you will see as you stay a member throughout many months and years to come. Lori, thank you. 그리고 I've also screenshotted some questions and an important comment. 너무 잘생겨서. 너무 잘생겨서. I need to make it bigger. 네. I need water. I have it. 너무 잘생겼어. Okay. I wasn't planning to go into a full teacher mode and teach you Korean grammar, but let me do this. 너무 잘생겼어. When you say 잘생겨서 like that, as Sam wrote, it's like because you're so handsome, it's continuing. 서 means because, right? But if you want to say, oh, how handsome, how amazing wearing that little hat, you can say 너무 잘생겼어 or 너무 잘생겼어요. Yeah. Thank you. I know I'm handsome because my mom always told me. 네, 일단 지금 더 인사를 해볼게요. 이렇게 계속 코멘트 달아주시면 제가 캡처해서 보여드리고 같이 혹시 한국어를 공부할 수 있으면 공부할게요. If there are points about which I can talk and give you some Korean language insight, I will. 안녕. Okay. World domination. CB97 world domination. 안녕. Technically, if you say if you write an and 영, can you read the Korean letters, by the way? Is it too small? It sounds exactly the same as 안녕, right? 안녕, 안녕. You don't, go 안녕, right? 안녕. But this is the correct spelling for hello in casual Korean. 그 다음에 Jennifer, Tanya, Dakota, Nidhi, Jen, 승환. 승환 is our very own teacher. Right over there. 승환 선생님, 일하세요. 이거 보지 말고. 그리고 아니에요. 여기 있으세요. 제가 승환 선생님 이야기할 수도 있으니까. Vanessa, thank you. Everybody's from California and Turkey, Missouri, Mexico, 벨기에, Belgium, 벨기에. In Korean, we say Belgium as 벨기에. 필리핀, Australia, 호주, 폴란드. 그리고 네, 요거 질문이 있는데 I will try to answer questions at the end altogether, okay? I'm going to kind of try to segmentize everything. So, welcome everyone once again. Today's big news is the YouTube membership. So if you join right now, which you just did, what's the name? 크리스 감사합니다. You joined the Talk to Me in Korean 사랑해요 level. Thank you. So we have two levels. And I'm sure I don't have to go into too many details about what YouTube membership is, right? You are basically using YouTube and we are offering content on YouTube regularly every single week. And in addition to our regular videos and regular interactions and features, if you join our YouTube membership or any other channel's YouTube membership, you get other extra perks. 다른 혜택들이 있어요. 혜택을 얻을 수 있는데 혜택, perks or benefits. 혜택. Here on our channel, if you join the $1.99 or 1,991 level, which is TTMIK 좋아해요. Talk to me in Korean 좋아해요. I like Talk to me in Korean. You can get access to live classes and is it live classes? Let me just check. I don't think so. I was wrong. Yeah, you can get badges, right? Badges and community posts that are member only, okay? But if you join the Talk to me in Korean 사랑해요 level, to which you can of course upgrade from the 좋아해요 level. 사랑해요 is the I love, it's a stronger emotion. So I love Talk to me in Korean level. You can rewatch public live streams and also watch or participate member-only live classes. All right, as we were speaking, so many people joined, including our own member, 소희님, what are you doing? Thank you. You're paying out of your own 월급 to pay us. And that will of course go back to you, but not in full. 지금 월급에서 소희님 개인 돈으로 Talk to me in Korean 좋아해요를 가입하셨는데 왜 사랑해요 등급은 가입 안 하셨죠? 지금 3,000원을 아끼시려고 그러시는 건가요? Just kidding. But anyway, 네, 지금 크리스 Talk to me in Korean 사랑해요. 소연님, thank you. Is this the 소연 that I know who's right there in the office or is it another 소연? I'm curious. 좋아해요 지금 가입하셨고 Maria Soul Talk to me in Korean 사랑해요. 하실 이브라힘 Talk to me in Korean 사랑해요 level 감사합니다. 그 다음에 Snakeman 2408 This was just a super chat comment. Thank you very much. 사입을 Talk to me in Korean 사랑해요. Thank you. A lot of people are joining right now. I'm actually surprised that this many people are already joining even before I explained what the perks were and what the schedule for the live classes were. Thank you. All we can say right now is 좋아해요, 사랑해요, back to you. 정말 감사합니다. 그래서 지금 질문들을 계속 보내주셨는데 먼저 이것도 좋네요. If you say anything that's really like nice and flattering about myself, you will be featured, of course. 와, 모자 너무 멋있다. Wait, is it about the hat only. So anyway, so this is 초립. I actually had to do some digging because I'm not a 조선시대 hat expert. 조선시대 is the Joseon dynasty that existed before modern day Korea. And these we have 6. Do we have 6? 석진, right? Yes, 6 different hats and 6 different badges that go along with the hats that correspond. So I'm going to try wearing everything, including some women's hats as well. This is what you see in your badge right next to your ID when you stay a member for a month, right? Until the end of the first month. And when you actually stay a member longer than a month, you get, okay. Oh, this. 전립. Okay. This one looks more like, it looks like more authority, right? So let me explain what these hats do. So if you remember watching the Netflix series Kingdom, you know, that features a lot of zombies, Korean zombies that can run really, really fast. 거기 Kingdom, 한국어로 Kingdom이에요. Kingdom 그 드라마 보시면 좀비가 진짜 많이 나와요. 좀비. Zombies, 좀비 in Korean. 좀비가 이상하게 진짜 빨라요. 다른 나라 영화에서는, 다른 나라 좀비 영화에서는 좀비가 천천히 걷잖아요. 천천히. 근데 그 영화에서는 진짜 빠르더라고요. 사람보다. 그래서 그 좀비 영화 보면 모자가 많이 나와요. 그래서 설명하자면, so this first, I forgot to tell you what this is. 여기다 놓을게요. 잠깐. 이 초립은, so this was worn by people who were lower in rank and mostly by people who were selling stuff. You know, we call them 보부상, 보따리. You know, carry stuff in these cloths and then you sell stuff to other people and you know, at markets and stuff, and also people who were wearing stuff on their back, you know, carrying stuff on their back, big boxes and stuff. So basically you were moving things with you, carrying things with you and selling them on the street or in the markets. Those were 보부상. So if you watch historical dramas, Korean dramas, you will see people who are wearing white clothes and wearing this hat. And this is actually supposed to be this small. Okay, if you look up 초립, 초립이 아니죠. 초립 맞나요? 네, 초립. 네네네, 초립. 여기다 쓸게요. 초립. 초립. This is the name of this hat, 초립. See, I'm still getting used to it. I'm not a 모자 expert, but you will see some images of people wearing a hat, and everybody's 초립 looks small on their head. It's just not just me, okay? This is 1 month or more. 전립. 전립 is worn by military officers in Joseon Dynasty. Okay, so you see people chasing criminals who are people who did bad things. Okay, 초립. So 1 month, over a month, and then if you stay for more than 2 months, this is definitely not going to fit, even with the rubber. Okay, let me try. 잠깐만. 중요한. Did I miss any important messages? So many members joining in. 네. 김블루님. Why are so many Talk to Me in Korean staff members joining? 사랑해요. 사랑해요. 나오수 사랑해요. 감사합니다. 은정님, TTMIK 좋아해요. 보람님, TTMIK 좋아해요. 사이블, thank you. 감사합니다. 요게 네, 무엇이든 물어보셔도 됩니다. 타냐님, 머리보다 모자 너무 커요? Yeah, that hat was really big. 이거는 뭐냐면 족두리예요, 족두리. 아얌이에요? 아얌? 족두리는 뭐죠? 저건가요? 요게 아얌일 텐데. 그쵸? 족두리. 족두리인데, 족두리는 women in Joseon Dynasty used to wear this on their head when they were wearing formal dresses, formal hanbok. Okay, so you're supposed to do this. 네, 어려워요. 네, 이따가 이거 다 같이 쓰면 웃기겠다. I will try to wear everything if possible all at once. 이거는 오래 쓰고 있을 것 같지는 못하고요. 제가 네, 네, 요게 2 months or more. Let me speed up a little bit. 그 다음에 유건이 있는데 after 6 months you are upgraded to this. So this is what the badge you see. I hope this is fun for you too. Like you're maybe only seeing this in person for the first time. I've never seen this in person. I've seen the hat over there that I'm going to introduce later. I've seen this too, but I've never seen this in person, like in my hands. So I don't know exactly the proper way to wear this, but you've seen this in dramas, right? 드라마에서 본 적 있으시죠? 한국 드라마에서. 네. 족두리가 제일 잘 어울려요? 네. 아니겠죠. 너무 불편할 것 같죠? 맞아요. 마사. 네. 요거 드라마에서 본 적 있으면 이거는 유건이에요. 유건. So earlier I wrote 초립, but the second one was 전립, you know, for military officers. I will show you the hat one more time. 아얌 was 족두리, right? Was what I showed you earlier. And 유건, this is 유건. 유건 is they were worn by people who were in government, people who were not in government positions. So people who were studying for tests to pass to become an officer at the Korean government back then, at the Joseon Dynasty government. So people were wearing these indoors. And then 그 다음에 마지막. So this is going to be really hard to get, but if you stay a member for 2 years, 24 months, I know it's a long time, but you will become a king of the Korean language, okay? 익선관, this is 익선관. All right. 익선관 is the name. If you didn't know the name of this, I didn't know the name of this, honestly, before I had to do the preparations for today's live session. And I actually have to apologize for a mix-up because can you this is 아얌. This is 아얌 and this is 족두리. 족두리, I told you that this was going to be your 3rd batch, but this is going to be your 5th batch, and this was worn with formal dresses by women, and this is 아얌. 오, 잘 어울려요. 잘 어울리죠? Looks good on me, right? 아얌. 왜 이렇게 잘 어울리지? 갑자기? 네. Yeah. 이렇게 흔들면 귀엽죠? 이거는 아얌이에요. 아얌. This is going to be your 3rd batch after 2 months of membership. 네. 모자 이건데 이것도 원래 여자분들이 쓰셨던 거예요. These were for women, and you know this was worn in the winter, I believe, as a winter hat. But this little thing is really cute. So perfect. So is there any of these hats that you want me to wear for the remainder of the live session? Okay. Blue said, 아얌을 끝까지 쓰라고 줘보세요. 이거 중간에 들어오시면 이상할 텐데. If somebody watches this, like joins in the middle, they will definitely want an explanation as to why I'm wearing this. Okay. Oh, this is a nice comment. Sweet comment. 석진 씨를 언급하면서 will 석진 씨 host any more live streams? Oh, I will ask him about that if he wants to. 자, 그러면 일단은 이렇게 멤버십 소개를 했어요. 많은 분들이 지금 벌써 가입하셨고, many people already signed up for our membership. Thank you so much. And we will keep mentioning this in the future in our live classes, public live classes, as well as in some videos. So you will see what we offer through our fun member-only community posts. Okay. 그래서 일단은 멤버십 소개는 했고 Talk to me in Korean 사무실 또는 Talk to me in Korean 팀에 대해서 궁금하신 거 있으면 질문해 주세요. If you want to know more about the team itself or about what the day-to-day operations of the Talk to me in Korean office are like, let me know. And I actually got a question, two questions here. And if you ask a question and if I don't see it, please have a little bit of patience before you post it again because I might be able to, screen cap everything and answer them later. I will try to scroll back and forth. Okay. 여기 하미드 씨가 이렇게 말했어요. 공무원 되고 싶은 사람은 공부를 하면서 익선관을 썼다고요. It was actually the 유건 that they wore to become maybe in the future king. Okay. 자, 그러면 여기서 보면은 musical taste, like I'm looking at this one here, the whiteboard. Can you recommend us a Korean artist that might not be worldwide, famous worldwide? Let me see. I actually posted on our office Slack. And did anybody answer? 지금, okay. So I'm checking back on our office Slack, which is the messenger that we're using. And nobody really answered my question. Everybody's like sharing screenshots of me wearing this and some other hats. Everyone, please answer my question. Our office culture is really like friendly and laid back. Oh, okay, 장기하. We're good friends, and when you are 장기하 is an artist that we recommend. I recommend. He's Korean pronunciation. He's a Korean singer, but not every Korean singer or actor or actress has perfect pronunciation, but 장기하's pronunciation. 발음이 진짜 깨끗해요. 잘 들려요. When you hear a rap song or when you listen to songs that have a lot of like words in the lyrics, it's difficult to catch them. Even as a native speaker, you have to at least read the lyrics once. 한 번은 가사를 읽어봐야 오케이, 무슨 말인지 알겠다 이런 게 있는데 장기하 씨의 노래는 가사를 안 읽어도 무슨 말인지 알겠어요. I just, the words come into me in visual texts. So it's really interesting. 그리고 근데 office culture. office culture 얘기하려는데 자꾸 잠깐만요. 보여주고 있어요. 잔나비. So recommendations for Korean singers that might not be famous worldwide. You might want to look these names up. 김광석, 비오, 이소라, 박정현. Yeah, I used to love listening to Park Jung-hyun's songs when I was in high school, like 25 years ago. Yeah. Artist recommendations. Office culture, finally. Our office culture is, I would say, not perfect, but we try to accommodate various people's tastes, and we're very friendly and we're very forgiving, and I'm usually the most generous one and the most loved one because everybody loves teasing me every chance they get, right? It all comes from like pure respect and love and pride, I know. It's not just because I'm easy to tease. 잔나비 좋아하신다는 분도 있군요. 오케이, 좋아요. 그리고 탕수육. Who are the dippers and who are the pourers? Dippers는 이렇게 찍는 거니까 찍먹. So you have the sweet fried pork. I guess 탕수육 is the name. 탕수육. I wrote it here. 탕수육. And you get this really sweet sauce, this gluey sweet sauce with it, right? And some people like to pour the sauce right on top of 탕수육. 탕수육에 소스를 부어서 먹는 사람이 있어요. 부어서 먹는 타입. 찍어서 먹는 타입. 타빙 타입. 찍어서 먹는 타입. 그래서 이거를 찍, 먹, 부, 먹. 발음할 때는 찍먹, 부먹, of course. 이렇게 발음해요. So, are you a 찍먹? Are you a 부먹? 찍먹이에요, 부먹이에요. When you do the balance game, you always ask this question, right? So, who are the dippers and pourers? I thought it was a funny question, but I didn't ask them. So I would say 50-50. But I often joke with my own sons because my firstborn, Jun, he's 7, international age, and he likes to ask me this question quite often, unnecessarily often, and I often say 주먹. When he asks me, 아빠는 찍먹이에요, 찍먹이에요, 부먹이에요? And I say 주먹 because, you know, 주먹 sounds like your fist, right? Your fist, 주먹, punch, but it also means, in my head, in my own version, 주는 대로 먹는 type. If it's food and if it's in front of me, I eat it to feel less hungry. That's it. Like, I don't think too much about the taste. 주먹. 그래서 주먹이라고 하면 좋아해요. You know, elementary school kids, they love childish humor. 유치하잖아요. 네. 그리고 저는 그래서 부먹, 찍먹인데 if it's in front of me, just because it's too much hassle to actually have to pour it and I have to risk getting the sauce on my finger, I just let the sauce stay there and that makes me 찍먹, I would say. 그리고 네, 지금 how to say he and she in Korean 한국어 질문이 나왔어요. 한국어 질문 곧 대답할게요. 여기 같은 경우에 김블루님 here. So I will try to answer more office team related questions in the beginning or in the first half and then I will go into more academic stuff. 김블루 asks why Talk to Me in Korean crew are all handsome and beautiful. And needless to say, you know, she's one of them. She's asking about herself. She's in the video that I edited after a long time of no editing. If you go to our channel after this, I highly recommend that you see it. Not enough people saw that video. It's an interview with our video editors, our producers. 그래서 저희 Talk to Me in Korean 팀에 비디오를 다 만들고 계시는 비디오와 각종 미디어 만들고 계시는 PD님들하고 인터뷰를 했는데 she's the only girl in there, so she's pretty easy to find. 아마 그 비디오 봐달라고 이거 지금 쓰신 것 같아요. 맞죠? 그 다음에 네, 쭉 지금 코멘트 give me just 30 seconds to scroll up and down. 이거 계속 쓰고 있어야 되나요? 네, 좋아요. 이런 거 좀 캡처. I'm going to leave some screen caps, screenshots here and there. 그 다음에 또 뭐 있죠? 이런 거. Our future live streams only be for advanced learners. This is funny. Anne says, so cool how everything, referring to the hats, everything looks so familiar because of K-dramas. Yeah, I bet. 그 다음에, okay, I'm just basically going to ignore all the comments that I recognize as staff comments. They're all teasing me. Okay, this was an interesting question. How do you read in Korean? 한국어로 글을 읽는 방법. 네, 좋아요. 성은이 망극하옵니다. 성은이 망극하옵니다. Okay. 성은이 망극하옵니다 is when you this is from a Korean drama, and if you heard 성은이 망극하옵니다 like this, and if you think this is familiar, you've watched too many Korean dramas. And yeah, it means we are forever grateful. 성은 is like your majesty's generosity, and 망극 is there's no end. So you are endlessly generous. We're endlessly thankful to your generosity, sir, or your majesty, your highness. 네, 볼게요. 로건, Talk to Me in Korean 사원들이 트로트 가수들을 좋아하나요? 트로트 가수들 좋아하시는 분 있나요? 네, 요즘에 한국에서 트로트가 요즘은 아니고 몇 년 전에 꽤 인기였어요. Yeah, 트로트 was really popular again. I think it is still popular, trot. I don't know how familiar you are with Korean 트로트 style music. But yeah, 그 미스 트로트인가? 그 노래 때문에 굉장히 인기가 많았고 They were like usually older singers who were singing trot before, but now there are so many like really famous, really popular trot singers in their 30s and 20s. 네, 그리고 좋아요. 네. 네, 그러면 Do I still do breakdance? This is about me. Do I still do breakdance? Yes and no. I don't go regularly, but I like to try to check if I can still do some moves. I do them at home, sometimes at the park, but I'm not a member of a crew anymore. I don't go regularly. I want to though, like before I get older. But I can still do pretty much everything, I think. We might or might not have a video coming related to that. I don't know, like no promises, but 임영웅, 예, 임영웅 인기 있죠. 임영웅 is one of the youngest and the most famous trot singers. So if you are into finding out about new like genres of music in Korea or like, you know, I'm going to give you a lot of keywords to use. 네. Adam says, hey yo, I want to see a breakdance video. Yeah, if you already go on YouTube and type in my name, Hyunwoo Sun, and like breakdancing or breakdance, you can see some really, really old videos, like VHS tape quality videos from, yeah, back in the day. But yeah. 그 다음에 볼게요. Michelle Wagman asked this question. Okay, I will leave it here and then I will answer everything in order, okay? How do you say, please keep the crew, the staff related questions coming. How do you say he and she in Korean? So we talked about this in one of our previous videos, but he or she, people often look up these words in dictionaries and they are met with 그 or 그녀. Especially 그녀 sounds very off, like not natural when you put it out of context, when you use it out of context, because it sounds too much like written Korean, and there's a difference between spoken Korean, written Korean. We also made a video about it. Like, you know, since we've been doing this for a while, whenever I answer a question, I often say, we made a video about it before. I'm not saying that you should have watched it already, but if you want to look it up, if you want to learn further, you can. That's what I mean. But you can say he or she is 그, 그녀, but I wouldn't use these words. Often in Korean, we use their name and she. We keep using somebody's name like often, much more often than you would do in English or in other languages. So because we don't want to use these pronouns too often. So or if you are like pointing at somebody and you're saying he did that, she did it, something like that, you can say 저 사람, 저 아저씨, 저 학생, 저 남자, that man, that student, that kid over there, or that middle-aged man or something. So 저 plus title. Okay. So I gave you the dictionary entry, dictionary like result for he, which is 그, the dictionary translation for she, which is 그녀. But normally in other actual day-to-day conversations, you would say other things like the name plus 시 or 저 사람, 저 학생, okay? And Agatha Tsu, thank you for joining Talk to me in Korean 좋아해요. Thank you so much. 그 다음에 또 질문을 보겠습니다. 네. I keep looking at the new questions, even though I have to answer. I need to answer the questions that I already put here. Okay. Are the Talk to Me in Korean level books sufficient for better Korean or for the T? There was nothing after this. This is cut off. But are the Talk to Me in Korean level books sufficient? Yeah, we have 10 levels. So we have 10 different Korean grammar levels and books. We have 10 different workbooks, but level 10 workbook is coming. So we have currently 9 available. And yeah, they are sufficient for Korean grammar and learning the structure and getting the solid foundation for Korean learning. But you do need to learn more vocabulary on the side, which you can do by reading a lot, listening to a lot of stuff, and watching a lot of stuff. 한국어로 된 자료, materials in Korean, 한국어로 된 자료를 많이 읽고, 보고, 들으면 단어, vocabulary, words, 단어는 더 배울 수 있어요. 그런데 문법은 grammar, 문법은 저희 책으로 충분히 배울 수 있어요. 정말 처음부터 거의 끝까지, from the beginning to almost the end of whatever, anything that you need to know in Korean, you can learn. 정말 책 열심히 만들었고 좋아요. 그러니까 많이 보시고요. 그 다음에 네, I have to go back here. Will future live streams only be for advanced levels in Korean? No, we will try to mix everything. 전부 다 고급, advanced, 고급만을 위한 건 아니고 I was talking with other fellow Korean teachers, including Go Billy, Koreans Billy, and 재림 선생님 from Jerim, about the difficulty of creating content, publishing content online for various levels of learners. Because if you speak a lot of English like I am, to try to explain, 설명을 하려고 영어로 하면 a lot of advanced learners are like, I want to listen to more Korean. 한국어 더 듣고 싶어요. 한국어 더 듣고 싶어요. 한국어로 해주세요. 한국어로 가르쳐 주세요. 이렇게 요청하시고, 한국어로 하면 또 초급, beginners, 초급 학생들은 너무 어려워요 하기 때문에 a happy medium I found is mixing both languages. 제가 생각한 절충안, I need to write this down. It's a good word. 절충안. So 절충 is negotiate, or there must be a really nice word for it. Let me type it up. 절충안. It's a happy medium, or not, yeah, compromise plan. So, you compromise a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So 절충안. So 절충안은 영어, 한국어 이렇게 조금씩 쓰는 거예요. This is a really good word to use. If you drop this word in your next conversation, they will be impressed, whoever is listening. 제가 절충안을 하나 제안하겠습니다. Something like that. How do you read in Korean? 한국어, 한글. You just need to learn 한글. 한글 is, let me switch hats, please. Let me get 초립. 네. 한글은 배우기 어렵지 않아요. 한글 is not easy, it is easy. It's not difficult to learn. You can invest a couple of hours in it, and then you will be able to read everything. Not super fast right away. 바로 빠르게 막 읽을 수 있는 건 아니지만 그래도 다 이해할 수 있어요. 그래서 한글 배우는 거 추천하고요. Should we also learn offensive words in Korean or not? 욕. 네, 여기다 쓸게요. 욕. 밑에 쓸게요, 밑에. 네. offensive words, 욕 또는 욕설 이거는 이렇게 발음 욕설인데요. Insults or offensive words like beep, or beep. Yeah, I'm not allowed to do this, but no, I don't think you need to learn them. But if you hear them a lot in Korean dramas or movies, 드라마나 영화를 보는데 자주 듣게 되면 you will know. 알 수 있어요. 알게 될 거예요. 그냥 저거 욕이구나. And naturally, you are reading subtitles, right? 자막 보고 있으니까 밑에 욕이 나오면 okay, that means that. Not everything is a literal translation. 그래도 다 알 수 있죠. 그래서 그 정도. No, you don't need to ever use any offensive words. 쓸 필요는 없어요. This is a good question. Do you keep in touch with Hyojin from Ask Hyojin? Yes, we did a lot of videos a long time ago when Hyojin was still on the team. I basically snatched her out of college. She started working with us right after graduation or even before graduation, and she worked with us for many years, and she decided to continue her studies in England, and now she's a professor at one of the universities near London, and she's teaching Korean, and she's married. She got married there, and she has a little son. So I kept in touch with. I've been keeping in touch with her. Not frequently, but I did talk to her husband a couple months ago. So yeah, I do know that she's doing well. And yeah, by the way, she never posts about her baby or her personal life on Instagram, so no need to look up stuff. There's nothing. 그 다음에 where can I find Talk to Me in Korean books? 어디에서 Talk to Me in Korean 책을 찾을 수 있냐면 talktomeinkorean.com. I heard that this is a good website. Or 교보문고, if you visit Korea, or 영풍문고. These are kind of like Barnes and Noble, or big bookstores in Korea. And if you go to the books on Korea section, you will see our books actually filling up most of the entire section. 그리고 TTMIK 때문에 교환학생 만나서 이야기할 수 있었어요. 감사합니다. Talk to me in Korean. 네, 와, 한국어로 잘 쓰셨어요. TTMIK 때문에 thanks to or because of Talk to me in Korean 교환학생 만나서 I met exchange students and I was able to talk with them. Thank you. It's because of your studies. 공부를 열심히 하셔서 그렇죠. And 잠꾸러기님, thank you for your super chat comment and your question. 한국에서 AI 기술 회사들 중에서 Talk to Me in Korean처럼 좋은 조건 직업 찾는 거 가능할까요? Among the AI, IT, or tech companies in Korea, will I be able to find a good company like Talk to Me in Korean, good workplace like company Talk to Me in Korean with good conditions? 혹시 찾는 꿀팁 말고 꿀팁 있나요? Any tips? 지금까지 다 너무 심각해 보니까 걱정되는데 Talk to Me in Korean 같은 회사 정말 괜찮은 것 같아요. Well, I don't know much about the tech sector, but since you already know Korean really well, speaking good Korean is a big help, and there are some websites that Korean recruiters are using, like rocketpunch.com, or some other websites. A lot of people are now on LinkedIn, Korean people, Korean companies. 한국어로 많이 글 쓰시고, you have to meet a lot of people if you are, especially from another country. The entry barrier for tech jobs or any kind of job is higher outside of teaching languages. 그런데 요즘에 회사들 정말 좋아요. Because of the pandemic for the past couple of years, a lot of companies kind of went remote in terms of work. 재택근무, remote work, 재택근무 많이 해서 회식, 술 많이 줄어들었어요. The amount of 회식 and alcohol consumed has decreased quite a bit. 오케이. 그 다음에 못마땅이라는 표현 뭐예요? 못마땅. 네, 못마땅은 못마땅하다라고 해요. 못마땅하다. When you are displeased, when you're not happy with something, yeah, 못마땅한 표정. When you, like for example, if you have a piece of cake and you split it into half, but it's not really half, it's just 30%, 70%, and you give the small piece to 예지 will be like 못마땅해요. You know, she'll be upset about it. That's the expression. 지금 갓은 없어요. 갓이 없네요. 갓이 잘 어울릴 것 같다고 하셨는데 this is kind of similar to 갓. You know, imagine this in black and it's like whiter. 그 다음에 fat manure. Talk to me in Korean 라이브 찾았어요. 아싸! 안녕하세요 선생님. Yeah, thank you for finding us. 그 다음에 how can I improve my skills without forgetting? So one thing that a lot of Korean teachers or a lot of people actually, Korean people in general, are surprised by is the fact that many Korean learners, you guys, are learning Korean as almost your first foreign language. So we are always asked for good tips for learning Korean or a new language, right? But for some reason, people around me, people that I've spoken to, think that, oh, if other, people from other countries are learning Korean, it must be their like fifth language. All Europeans speak 3 languages, so Korean must be easy for them. But it's not always easy. So a lot of people are surprised whenever I mention this. But from my personal experience, forgetting is a very natural part of learning a new language. There's not a single soul in the world who can learn without forgetting, but I believe in the power of context. 모자. For example, I keep mentioning this. 모자 커요, 모자 작아요, 모자 좋아요, 모자 싫어요, And then you will remember the word 모자 more successfully, it's more likely that you will. So just like that, believe in the power of context, and if you are looking at a list of words, without any context that link them together, you are going to forget it. And if you learn a new grammar point and there's no sample sentence or nothing, no context, you will forget it. But if you learn something like 못마땅하다, let's use this as an example. After drinking some water, I think these hats are very dusty. I'm allergic to dust, so I'm coughing. 저 먼지 알레르기 있어요. 그래서 지금 네. Anyway, 못마땅하다. Let's say I had a choice between this and this. 근데 이거는 승환 선생님이 가져가고 저한테 이걸 준 거예요. 이거 쓰라고. 그러면 못마땅하죠. 못마땅했어요. So you kind of use everything you learn like this. Alright. 네. 또 볼까요? 와, 벌써 50분이 지났네요. 네. Yeah, Mike said, okay, this is a great point. Forgetting is helpful. The connection gets stronger the more you forget and find the word again, the more you remember. Yes, it's kind of like when you're working out. You want to lift a certain kind of weight, and then you want to do another bicep curl, but you can't. You almost can, but you can't. You fail, right? You reach that, repetition failure moment. And then the next time, your muscle will be stronger, more ready to lift it up one more rep. Just like that, your brain is a muscle. So, okay, this is good. Agatatsu. Okay. You often tease Kyungeun 씨 on your podcasts. We have a lot of fun listening in, but has she ever lost patience with you? I wonder if there's a story to tell. Yeah, I would say not often, not too often. I'm still here. That's proof, okay? Evidence enough. 근데 팟캐스트에서 놀리는 거는 다 이미 알고 있어요. 경은 선생님도 괜찮다고 말해요. Why am I, not talking well enough? 갑자기 말을 못하네. 경은 선생님도 괜찮겠죠? Yeah, I'm not worried about this, okay? I'm not. 네, 걱정 안 하고 있습니다. 네, she actually teases me more often these days in real life, in front of other coworkers, and everybody enjoys it. 네. 그 다음에 터키어에서는 영어를 두 번째, 터키에서는 맞아요. 터키어하고 한국어가 굉장히 비슷하다고 들었어요. I heard from a lot of people that Turkish and Korean are similar. I've never learned it before, but when I do in the future, I'll find out. Shreya Gavi, Oppa, thank you for calling me Oppa, not 아저씨. Can you tell us how to learn Korean language easily, please? Again, talk to me in Korean. You need to study. There's no easy way to learn a new language. It's a lot of work, but basically you just need to put in a lot of time. But how do you make sure that you put in a lot of time? You have to find activities that you enjoy, find books that you will actually enjoy opening, like our books or courses. 네, 지금 멤버십 계속해서 Hazel Alexander, thank you for joining the Talk to Me in Korean 사랑해요 level. 감사합니다. 계속 네, 가입하고 계시는데요. 잠꾸러기님, thank you for joining Talk to Me in Korean 좋아해요 level. 감사합니다. 네, 다시 한번 말씀드릴게요. Let me tell you one more time. This live session is to answer your questions about the Korean language, Korean culture, and the team, but also to tell you guys that we have opened the doors to our YouTube membership. We have our books. We're offering our books on our website. We have online courses through our subscription on the website. You should check it out if you haven't. We have more than 60 different courses with like a lot of lessons, and you can learn systematically. But if you are more of a I learn on the YouTube kind of person, you can learn a lot through this. 계속해서 라이브로 공부할 수 있을 거예요. 그러니까 공부하시고 유튜브 멤버십 가입하시면 더 자주 볼 수 있어요. 멤버들 말고 모두 다 볼 수 있는 라이브도 할 거예요. 가끔씩 하겠지만 멤버 전용으로 members only or member only 라이브 더 자주 하겠습니다. 그 다음에 retrocraft du38 좋은 영상 감사합니다. Thank you for the super chat comment. 작년 한국 유학 갔을 때 알게 돼서 정말 좋았습니다. Thank you. And speaking of which, because you were talking about you found out about us when you were studying abroad in Korea last year, I am actually running into a lot more Talk to Me in Korean students, 톡톡s, in the streets of Hongdae. Our office is in the Hongdae area, and whenever I, walk somewhere, I sometimes get hellos from people, and especially since we don't wear masks outside anymore, people can recognize me more easily, and I'm always happy to meet you guys. So if you're in Seoul, if you're walking around the Hongdae area, and if you see a guy walking down wearing a Talk to Me in Korean hat, and possibly this or this, that's me. Say hi to me, come up to me, I'll talk to you. Can you give me all the hats? 이거 다 쓰려면 어떻게 해야 되죠? 잠깐, 요거를 먼저 쓰고 이거를 이거를 쓰고 오케이. 그 다음에 잠깐. So let me try wearing everything. 이거를 여기다 쓰고 안 되는데? 잠깐. 네, 안 될 것 같아요. 네, 뭔가 마술해야 될 것 같은데. 이렇게. My little one would have loved it. Oh, there's a hat inside a hat. Again, so much dust. Yeah, this is how you spot me. I'm taller than everyone with my hats, especially this one. 지금, yeah, we don't have meetups coming up. We don't yet, but as we have more time in the future, as you know, meetings or meetups become more commonplace again, we will try to do something where an event where people can gather up and talk. And thank you, Lord Escanor, for a super chat comment, super chat sticker. Thank you so much. 지금 볼게요. Can we expect some merch from Talk to Me in Korean? It would be a dream come true. It would be a dream come true for us too, for our designers as well. Our designers are superstars. They can create beautiful stuff even while they're eating food, right? But logistics-wise, shipping stuff, storing stuff, it's been a challenge for us. Books, we have the books figured out, like how to store them, how to send them out to, you know, all corners of the world through fast shipping. But, you know, imagine trying to send something like this. This would be okay, like, you know, flat on the book somewhere like that. But yeah, we are trying to figure out a good way to do it. 예. 놓고. 소치. Sochi says, I was just listening to the lesson on 수고했어요 in the morning. 수고했어요 or 수고하셨어요. I actually have to say this to you soon because we need to get going soon. 수고했어요. This is a little on the casual side while still remaining in the polite category. 수고하셨어요. This is a little better. 수고하셨습니다. Some people like to say 고생하셨습니다. This is all expressions that mean good work, good job, thank you for your effort, or bye, something like that. 수고하셨습니다. Whenever somebody came to help you, do some work, you can say 수고하셨습니다, 고생하셨습니다. 수고, 고생 both mean hard work, hardship, extra trouble. So thank you for the trouble, right? Yeah. So I need to say 수고하셨습니다 to everyone. Shreya Gavi, Oppa, see my comment, please. Yes, I see your comment. And Sochi, love from Kuala Lumpur. Thank you. Herman Toribio, 아마존 쓸 수 있을걸요? 예, 알아보고 있습니다. 그리고 그 다음에 BNM, 3개월 동안 한국어 공부하고 있어요. 계속 열심히 공부하세요. 빈타 파디가 제가 천사 같아요. I'm like an angel and you're blinded by me. 눈이 so it's an idiomatic expression, okay? I'm dazzling. I hope I understood it correctly. 그 다음에 reading speed. I'm picking up the pace now because I will end the live session in about 2 to 3 minutes. How to pick up your reading speed? You need to read a lot and improve your pronunciation. Your pronunciation speed will often influence your reading speed even when you don't pronounce it like inside. Okay, this is interesting, so I will try to explain. I don't know what the third one means. It might be a new jargon. But 고무신, okay, 군화, 곰신. I don't know what 고신 means in this case. I'll look it up. It's probably related, but 군화 is your military boots, right? And in Korea, military service is obligatory, so you need to go for. I did my military service for 2 years and 2 months. Now I think it's 18 months. And when your boyfriend, so this is when you are like really young, and your boyfriend starts your military service, you know, their military service, he will start wearing 군화, right? And then, I don't know why, now that I think about it, I don't know the origin of 고무신, but we have this expression. I'm sorry that I don't know the origin, but 고무신 거꾸로 신다. So 고무신 is rubber shoes, like the ones that people used to wear when people were wearing these hats, I believe, or maybe later. But anyway, 고무신 거꾸로 신다. You're wearing your rubber shoes backwards, or in the wrong order. It means that you didn't wait for your boyfriend to come back to you after the military service. You started seeing someone else. While, you know, you just broke up with your boyfriend. So that's 고무신 거꾸로 신다. But you don't want to do that. You want to wait. So people refer to themselves to mean I am 고무신. I am the girlfriend of someone who is serving in the military. So that's the explanation. I don't know what 고신 means. 네, 지금 질문이 더 있는데 다 답변을 못할 것 같고, Seed, thank you for joining the Talk to Me in Korean 사랑해요 level. To wrap up, we opened our membership. Yeah, thank you once again, Lori Marie, for being our first ever YouTube membership member. You literally joined our membership 25 minutes after it was approved. You are a record holder. So thank you for joining us. And if you want to see live sessions like this one in the future more frequently, we're going to be doing this weekly, not at the same time every week. We will try to figure out the best time for everyone, for people in the most number of countries, you know. And so the next live session will be on a different day of the week at a different time of the day, but we will try to settle for a good time, nice 절충안, like compromise plan for everyone. So join it right now, 1,990원, 1,991 for the entry level, level 1, Talk to Me in Korean 좋아해요 level, and 4,991 for the Talk to Me in Korean 사랑해요 level to see the live sessions. So if you're curious, click on the join button next to the subscribe button that is probably already pressed in your account, right? And I will see you in the next live session. 다음번 라이브 수업 때 인사드릴게요. 네. 지금 새벽 3시 이러면은 그렇죠. What is 좋아해요? 좋아해요 is I like. 좋아해요. I hope you liked this live session and I will see you in the next one. 감사합니다. I'm ending this now. Bye bye.